Let's talk about how to write believable dialogue. In our scripts and stories, dialogue has to be believable or natural, otherwise it sticks out as false. And false dialogue has a tendency to alienate readers. Believable dialogue, on the other hand, has the power to immerse your readers in the world of your story. If the dialogue feels real, we are much more likely to get swept away by the narrative. So how do we achieve this? In my experience, believable dialogue tends to come about naturally as a result of you knowing your characters inside and out. So the absolute first step to writing good dialogue is developing and understanding your characters. You need to know who they are, what they want, and how they express themselves in the world. And I'm not just talking about your main character. This applies to every single character in your story. You don't need to know each and every one of them in great detail, but if you want to write believable dialogue, you need to have at least a basic handle on their personalities, their goals, their values, and a little bit about their backstory or past. Here's an exercise to help illustrate what I mean. I want you to pick a character that you've been working with. Doesn't matter who, just the first one you think of, and just take a moment to get into their mindset. Remind yourself of some of their traits, think about what's on their mind, and now that you're in their head, I'm going to share a few situations with you, and you're going to imagine your character in these situations. Ask yourself, what is the first thing that comes out of their mouth in these situations? You might even want to write down a short dialogue for each. And here we go. Situation 1, your character is talking to someone and they realize they've forgotten this person's name. Situation 2, your character has lost an object that's important to them and they suddenly see someone else holding this object. Situation 3, your character is at a party and they end up standing next to their romantic interest. Situation 4, your character is being punished for something they feel is unjust. And finally, situation 5, your character is asked their opinion of something they strongly dislike. So, how'd it go? Was your character assertive, passive, something else? Did they always speak the truth or did they talk around things? Were they confident or shy? If you weren't really sure what your character would do in these situations, then that's a sign that you need to do a bit more character work. Figure out their personality, their backstory, their goals, who they are, basically. However, if you knew immediately what they would say, then congrats, you know your character really well. And that means that you should be able to write dialogue pretty effectively in their voice.